Oh, shit, this is a lot more people than David told me this was going to be. I'm very honored to be here tonight. David Gordon Green is one of my oldest friends around. Not that he's old, he's just I've known him for a very long time. And I'm very happy to be here. You know, this is the first time that David was honored by Texas for his work in film. In 2011, the Houston Film Critics awarded David the worst movie of the year for a little film called Your Highness. And because I wrote that film and starred in it, I feel like I can kind of share that victory with him. So that's good. But tonight, this is all about David Green. He earned this on his own. I met David in 1995 at the North Carolina School of the Arts. We both went to film school there. I was a freshman, and he was a sophomore. We lived in the same hall, and when I first got to school, I really wanted to see like what the other filmmakers were making there, so I would try to track down everybody's movies. This was around the time that Pulp Fiction came out, so everybody's movies were about sympathetic hitmen and talking in diners, and David, his film was the only thing that wasn't derivative of anything else. It was called Will You Lather Up My Roughhouse, and it was a 5-minute film shot on Super VHS. It starred two guys, one made soap and another in the short film regaled him with tales of sexual exploits at church. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is a guy I have to work with. This is a unique vision. And luckily, I did become friends with him then, and we collaborated multiple times at school. In my third year student film, I needed a male to go nude on film and do pull-ups, and David agreed to do this. So I knew that he was not only a unique filmmaker, but he was also fearless, you know, and that's really what it takes to kind of make it today. And David called upon me years later to repay the favor. He was making the film All the Real Girls, and he had an actor drop out at the last moment, and he asked if I would come and play the role of Bust-Ass. I'd never acted before. I was a cameraman, and David called me and asked if I would do this, and I was very concerned that I had what it took to pull this off. I didn't want to ruin his movie. And he told me he believed he could get what he needed from me. We had very good editors, so if he didn't, he would just cut me out of the film, so it would be fine. And I went down there, and I trusted him that he would not make me look foolish. And my biggest scene that I was very nervous about doing, it would involve my character and the main character getting into an altercation outside of a bar. And I had to cry at the end of the scene. And I wasn't an actor, and I had never cried on cue before, so I was very nervous about how I would pull this off. David was like, I got you, don't worry, I'll be able to make you cry. And I was like, well, how? What will you do? And he sat me in a pickup truck near the set, and he played the Britney Spears song, Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman. He's like, I want you, he did do this. He's like, I want you to sit here for 1 hour and listen to this song. And and here's a 6-pack of beer, and I will be back to retrieve you in 1 hour. And he came back in an hour, and I was ready to cry. He had teed me up. I was able to cry, and it worked. And I think part of that was because I was tortured and drunk, but at the end of the day, he got what he needed from me. And that's what's so awesome about working with David as an actor is he always pushes you well beyond what you think you are capable of doing, and that's exciting as an actor to work with someone who can inspire that. I think that holds true to audiences and critics as well. I mean, David pushes audiences in ways I don't think other people do. I mean, it's very hard to kind of predict what the next movie that David Green would make. I mean, who could go from making a gut punch drama like Snow Angels and follow it up with a stoner comedy like Pineapple Express? Not many people are doing that. And that's what's incredible about David. I think, in an industry where oftentimes we find ourselves at the movie theater with a lot of boring, uninspired choices, David is one of the good guys. He is out there trying to make things that no one has seen before and tell the kind of stories he wants to tell. It's bold and it's inspiring, and he has been in my Hall of Fame for a very long time. I know that sounds dirty. I'm just saying that he's been in my Hall of Fame. And I'm very proud that tonight he joins your Hall of Fame. So without further ado, I think they're going to show like a reel of all of his fabulous films right now. Thank you.